Hey guys, I wanted to jump on and say hi from my studio. The first one I'm going to show you is basically using two different colors of clay and then doing the transfer over top of it. If you want to cover a piece that is puffy, the way that I found the best way to do it is to make your base pieces first. So you make your shape first and bake it. Say maybe use scrap clay or white clay, and you bake all those, and then you get them, have them cooled off, and then you will take your clay and make a thin sheet of clay. Like I use an Atlas machine and I roll it out to like a level 7, which is really thin. And then I do my transfer. And then once the transfer has been cleaned off, then I take that thin sheet of clay and put it over the base clay and then bake it again. And then that way you can, you don't have to worry about messing up your design, or, you know, you're messing with, if you're messing with a base shape that isn't baked, it's always a little tricky because your hands get hot and then the clay starts to want to move around. But if you bake it first, the base part, then you don't have that problem, and you can just put your basically a veneer over, and you can get like really smooth connections. So anyways, I'll want to get right onto the video and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so I'm starting with a little thin sheet of white clay and a thin sheet of pink clay. And I'm using my little Kemper cutter. It's just a little round cutter tool, a plunger tool, to cut out some circles, and just laying them to the side. And using my little Sculpey template to see if the shape's big enough to go over the pendant hole. Next, I'm just going to put the white clay over the pink clay, and I'm going to use a plastic deli sheet over top to just make sure that it's smooth. I want the surface to be as flat as it can be, so when I do the transfer, everything is flat and it's got a good connection. So I'll use the plastic sheet first, and then I will use my roller. I have a huge monster roller pen that I will roll over it a couple times, just to make sure that it's flat and not too many ridges. And now I'll put my transfer with the ink side down and just burnish it really well. I just want to make sure that there's a good connection with the transfer and the clay. And I'll just cut off this excess clay and put it to the side. And now I'm just going to let this set for 5 to 10 minutes. I just find that it transfers a lot more consistently if I let it wait. I'm going to spray it with some water, and then just gently using my blade, I'm going to scrape off that excess paper. And I'll just keep repeating, spraying a little bit of water, and you can feel the paper pulp on the transfer as you're doing it, so you'll be able to tell when you get most of the paper off. I'm using just a little square of a paper towel just to get the paper pulp off of the clay. I just keep repeating it until I feel like it's pretty clean. And now I'll put my little stencil over it and cut around the shape. And then this is what I was talking about earlier in the video, where if you have your, I'm not showing this on this recording, but if you have your base pieces that are already made and cooled off, then you can wrap your veneer on your base and then bake it again. So let me know if you have any questions.